What's good, Randomville? Apologize. We had to skip a week. A lot of family stuff going on. A lot of us busy at home, even though it is the quarantine season here in Cali. We here in your favorite city, Randomville, and we coming to you. We got John, we got Uncle Will, and we got Nate on the line. Obviously, we still running into some family issues with everybody else, but we got a quorum here, so we're gonna kick it off with another episode of Randomville. We were just talking before the pod, but I want to bring it up here. So one of my things is I love this podcasting thing. I don't know. This is our first podcast. We started up. I actually enjoy it. I miss it when we skip a week. And we were just talking about how Joe Rogan himself is, California guy, big podcaster. Obviously just got a millions of dollar deal with Spotify. And then obviously you know him if you know him from UFC, previous fighter, big commentary guy, still in the UFC and in the MMA circuit, like big guy. And he's a stand-up comedy, comedian on top of being a podcaster. But he's taken himself to Texas, and just the word around from all his comedian friends is, Joe's moving to Texas because, that's where he can do his thing. Not just less restrictions as far as his quarantine, but moving into your money goes a little bit further. I got buddies that are from Cali or from Hawaii who lived here in San Diego and they bounced and left and they live in Texas now because your dollar goes a little bit further out there in Texas. Now, obviously, all my residents of Randomville here in California, we pay for the sunshine tax. And if you can afford it and you love to live out here, it's worth it because I have been to Texas. I've been to Texas in the off season and it sucks. Humid, hot, giant bugs. Traffic's no good. It's the same thing you got here in Cali, except it's hotter and there's bigger bugs. So, but I want to get y'all take on it. A lot of people talk about moving out of Cali just because of cost of living, maybe some of the restrictions, the laws, kind of things that happen here in the state. Although we are one of the few states that do have legal marijuana, but we still have kind of this persona that, if you want to live in California, you're restricted a lot. So how do you guys feel about that?
Well, I've visited Texas a couple times. I'm a pass on Texas personally. That's just me personally. The bugs are definitely big, but the humidity. I was in Houston, which is about an hour or so drive from the coast. Give me SoCal. I mean, the only other place I could think about that I would want to live would be Florida, but they're so tricky right now. Sure they do,
not even right now. Not even right now.
Well, not right now.
Anytime I'm listening to, like, I'm driving to work. When I used to drive to work. Anytime I used to drive to work and I'm listening to the radio and someone said news out of Florida, I'm 100% know I'm about to get a laugh out of this because anytime there's news from Florida, somebody is doing something ridiculous.
It's all the crazy shit, man. They do some crazy stuff, man.
It's that Florida, man.
Yeah, but John, how you feel about Texas, John? How you feel about Texas?
I don't know shit about Texas, dude. I would never. I don't think I'd ever go. I know there's cheap housing over there, but only other state I could picture myself in is probably Hawaii. That's it. That's the only other state I'd move to. I love Cali.
I love Cali too, man. I love Cali too. Obviously, I lived in another country for 4 years, and I do miss Japan, but we ultimately decided to stay here in San Diego, home and native. Cali is where it's at. But how about you, Nate? Any other states in your future?
No. Hold on. No, I've born and raised in Southern California. I tried to move to Chicago for a few months. I think it was about 5 months or so. Was there during the spring and the summer. It was hot and humid. Then the winter hit, and I was like, I'm going home. Never again will ever try that. I love San Diego. I love Southern California. I love California in general. I can go in the mountains during the day, in the morning, go skiing during the winter season, and make another drive back home. And if I did, I could surf in that same day. So I don't know a place that you can do that.
I don't think there's another state where you can do that. None. Where you can go like Nate said, you're skiing in the morning, and by 2:00, 3:00, you can go surfing. I know not the Hamptons, Catskill and all that, but the surf on the East Coast versus the surf on the West Coast it's not the same thing, not even close. Totally different.
And I haven't seen any of like the actual beaches on the East Coast other than Florida. I've been out there a couple times, but it just doesn't look the same. The beaches and the coast, it just doesn't look like the way Cali looks. I don't, obviously it's something to do with Atlantic versus Pacific, but definitely love the West Coast. But here's one of my takes, and I've been on one. It's only Tuesday, and I've been on one this week on unpopular opinions. But I have been to Texas, and I made it a point when I got out there to mentally compare some of the major differences that they have between Cali and Texas. And unpopular opinion, I actually think, now hold on, John, I know you're going to refer to the video that you referred to me a couple years ago, but before you say that, before you bring that video up, I'm gonna give the unpopular opinion that I actually like Whataburger more than I like In-N-Out. Now I don't. There's no Whataburger out here in Cali, and some of the people in Texas will tell you even the Whataburger in Arizona ain't the same as the one in Texas. I did drive down to San Antonio, and San Antonio do have an In-N-Out, but my homie live in San Antonio, and he said it's nothing like the Cali In-N-Out. So
it tastes different from the Cali.
It does. Yeah, he says he doesn't even go there just because it doesn't even suppress the craving, So, but I believe that the Whataburger that I had in Texas was better than the In-N-Out that I can have here in Cali. So,
with or without the rats.
So when I tried Whataburger, it was in Austin, and Austin's a pretty nice and clean city. It's a weird city, but it's a pretty nice and clean city. So I'm gonna say it was without the rats. But then again, right outside my hotel was the Whataburger, and it was like the hotel was nice, but as soon as you cross the street, it was really shady. And so there still looked like it's still just like here, like it was like hanging out in National City, like the crackheads outside of the fast food restaurant.
There's a term for that. It's called a hood adjacent. Yeah, hood adjacent.
And the funny thing is, being military, hood adjacent is right outside base all the time. Any base you go to, you go to, there's hood right outside.
32nd.
That is true.
Yeah. 32nd Street. 32nd Street.
Pendleton, you have right outside the back gate, same thing, or the main gate right outside. You drive down, it's right there.
Boot camp up in Great Lakes, Illinois, right outside gate, ghetto. They even tell you like get a cab, go away from the outside of the base. Don't go to the places right outside the gate. They tell you like don't hang out there. It's hood. Japan right outside, they had the Blue Street. Well, Blue Street was pretty nice, but they have the Haunch, which is like the bar district, which is hella hood at night because people are just out there drinking and rowdy and crazy. Every base got that hood right out there. But so that's my take on Texas is and I had and shout out to my all my Texas natives with the Rudy's barbecue. Now, if y'all ain't never been to Texas, Rudy's barbecue, the one I went to was attached to a gas station, which was really weird. But and it had like picnic tables with the picnic table covering, the red and the white.
Red,
like
white, yeah. Yeah, the checkerboard, yeah.
And then my homie went and bought like pounds of meat. I guess that's how you buy it there. Just pounds of meat. Like you got a pound of brisket, you got a pound of ribs, like 2 pounds of ribs or something like that. And then he comes back with this tray of barbecue and a loaf of bread. Like not even out. Like it's still in the plastic. Like you bought a Wonder Bread from like Walmart or Ralph's or something. Like just a loaf of bread. And he's like, here we go. And he dropped it on the thing. I'm like, what you get a loaf of bread for? He's like, that's how they give it to you. And so Texas do barbecue different, but it was good. It was good.
I heard their brisket is actually really good in Texas.
Yeah, hey man. I thought, you know what? I thought my brisket was pretty good, John. Come on now. What that fat? Come on now.
You didn't let me finish.
Uncle Will, And so we never said yours was horrible, but
I didn't talk about California brisket yet.
yeah.
But that Kansas City is good too.
Yeah, no, but
No.
one thing that the West Coast have, especially Cali, one thing the West Coast have, which is spreading out. I know, I think Nevada and Arizona are starting to adopt this cut of meat. But one thing I didn't know was a lot of people don't know what tri-tip is.
Oh, what?
If you travel away from the West Coast,
No, it's a West Coast. It's West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a West Coast.
Nobody knows what tri-tip is, bro.
Dang, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
they don't know.
It's starting to spread because obviously, like when we started barbecuing it, they're like, "Damn, that's good. What is that?" And you tell them, "No, it's tri-tip." And then it, Arizona, and they'll probably make its way to New Mexico and Texas eventually. But a lot of people don't know what tri-tip is.
I'm mad that Phil's Barbecue doesn't have a brisket. Like they have a brisket sandwich, but they don't serve you like slices of brisket.
Like
brisket,
yeah.
Yeah, like an actual brisket.
Yeah. Now I'm with you on that brisket, man. And we just be baking brisket sometime, and it is delicious, bro. So,
Man.
yeah.
But tri-tip, I didn't know that. I didn't know on that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was in Florida and North Carolina like maybe 5 years ago. Oh, let's get a tri-tip. They're like, what's that?
Yeah.
Cut of meat.
Yeah. It's like
you
Mexican
throw it on the
food.
grill.
Yeah.
It's
like Mexican food.
Well, yeah, you can't get good Mexican food, to me personally, outside of Southern California and going to Mexico. Sorry, that's just my take on it. You don't get it anywhere else.
I love Southern California, and then I heard about like the Tex-Mex, like Mexican food. Like I can't.
That's awful, dude. I've had it. It's awful.
Wet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's wet.
Doused in sauce, huh?
Yeah. No, but on that note, I'm gonna tell y'all another story. I used to live in LA, right? And that was after I lived in, living in South, San Diego, living off of good Mexican food. But then I moved to LA for a while, and I'm sitting there and I want Mexican food. I want carne asada fries, which if you from San Diego, carne asada fries goes way back. And I don't want to date myself, but way back, like that was a big thing when I was a youngin'. Carne asada fries. I'm gonna have to turn Uncle Will's video off because this is weird. But
hey man, just talk to my chest, man.
Hey, we ain't looking at your chest.
What the fuck you looking at then, man?
You know what? I'm pointing the video somewhere. Anyways,
eyes up here.
Yeah, eyes up here.
Oh man.
No. Back to my story. I moved up to LA and I wanted carne asada fries, and I found one place that served it, and they put beans on it. I was horrified.
On the fries?
Yeah, on the carne asada fries. This is horrible. Yeah. And so I took 2 bites out of it. And I was like, I'm done. I don't want it anymore. I finished eating it because I was broke at the time. But there was a place right by my house, and I actually get you I'm gonna look it up. I know exactly where it is, right down the street from where I lived. It wasn't my house. I had a room for rent, but right down the street, there was a Mexican food place, and I went in there. I walked in. They actually served a side of French fries, but they didn't have carne asada fries. So I walked in there. I said, "Y'all want to know what's bomb?" I was like, "You guys will make a ton of money if you do this. Take your side of fries, put some carne asada, some sour cream, some guacamole, and some cheese." I was like, just in a platter, and call it carne asada fries. It's gonna be bomb. I'm telling you. And so they made it for me. Yeah, they made it for me. And I told them that's what I want, right? And so I ordered it like 2-3 more times. I started to know the guys that work at the counter, and they would make it for me. And I would ask it. It was never on their menu. And all of a sudden, I go through the drive-thru one time, and there's a piece of paper up there that said carne asada fries. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. And so unofficially, back in 2000, I want to say 2001, 2002, I started the migration of carne asada fries from San Diego to LA. I'm just gonna say, I don't want the key to listen to the mayor of LA, to the city of LA. Or in the city of Orange County. I don't want a key to the city. I don't need any recognition. But I'm gonna unofficially claim that I started carne asada fries in LA. I migrated it up because I was tired of living without it. And so on that note, I have had Mexican food in other cities, Chicago, New York, Texas, even in Japan. Nothing Nothing. I've had Mexican food in Tijuana. Nothing compares to SoCal Mexican food.
Yeah.
He said Tijuana. He went to Mexico and had better Mexican food in California. That's how you know San Diego got good Mexican food.
That's how you know, right? Because that's
No, I feel you on
right.
that thing because I used to live in Long Beach and they don't know what the hell carne asada fries are, and the closest thing that comes to it isn't even that. It's Peruvian food, which has it's like steak and potatoes, and they got fries on the side, and then you get your meat. But
Yeah,
that's the closest they come to carne asada fries over there.
yeah. No, and on a side note, L.A., Orange County, y'all introduced me to Brazilian barbecue way before I ever heard it anywhere else. And so that Brazilian barbecue tip, if y'all don't know, Brazilian barbecue is off the chain. So, if you have a chance to go to Brazilian barbecue, don't bring a belt.
Yeah, they used to have one right downtown on Horton Plaza. So if you're east of Horton Plaza, I want to say that's 4th Street. I think it was 4th or 5th. Once you cross over Broadway, like before you get to whatever the next street is behind the plaza, they had one, man. We went there for lunch one time. Oh man, like Chris said, don't bring a belt. Don't bring a belt.
You're talking about Ray Delgado's.
Ray Delgado.
Is that
the great?
That was it?
Yeah,
that was good, man.
Yes,
the green
sir.
canopy. The green canopy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the way to go. Yeah. No, and lunchtime is the best for Brazilian barbecue because you get the lunchtime discount, but you still get the great barbecue.
Barbecue. It was good.
Yeah. But back to Texas and back to Texas and talking about a wet barbecue. Do y'all see this new #1 single that's out right now?
Wet ass barbecue.
From who?
I thought you were gonna say it. The number 1 single from Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi.
Cardi B. It's Cardi B. Yeah. That fool Ben Shapiro tried to make a take on that. What a moron. But anyway,
man.
Yeah.
That's a side take. I mean, I'm sorry. He's an idiot. He is what he is. So, hey.
So have you guys seen the video?
I have not seen the video. I saw a clip, not the whole video, just a clip.
This ain't a thirst trap. I'm just trying to figure out. What I'm trying to figure out is why is there so much hate on Kylie Jenner being in the video?
That I didn't get it. I don't. You know what? I don't know 100% why they hated on her for that. It's more of a. I thought it was more of a. They almost tried to make that video political to me a little bit. And I didn't get that. This has got nothing to do with politics. These are young women doing their thing, but they want to make it political. It's got nothing to do with that. But they tried. They did their best.
That seems to be the direction of most things. No matter what you do, it seems to go in the political direction.
Like, why would you put that? That has nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. Nothing. Zero. Nada. But I'm like, fine, whatever. Hey, you know what? You can't fix stupid. Well, I take that back. You can, but it's permanent. So,
I think they're hating on Kylie because I kind of read up on what it was, and they were talking about why bring her because she has nothing first of all, she's a Kardashian. People just love to hate on the Kardashians, and then she basically has no talent. You know what I mean? She has no talent. What talent does she have?
She got a famous family. That's her talent.
Yeah, she has a famous family.
Oh, okay.
And she don't look like that for real. So you remember what? Pull up that picture when
yeah, the glow up.
Yeah, if you want to see what Kylie looked like before the glow up, I mean, yeah, they did an edit on that when she walked in the door, and she walked, when she walks in the door, and then she walked right back out because she saw an old picture of herself.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
This one's good right here. 10 years.
Right there, dude.
10 years.
Man.
Them all glue. Look at this. They all glue up. Look at it.
I mean, Kendall, maybe the most natural looking one is Kendall.
Yeah, she kind of just looked like she got older.
Yeah, exactly. She just aged. Chloe though. God, she's like unrecognizable.
All them surgeries, man. It's all that surgery.
I was just wondering because I was like, I mean, I seen the video but I was like, why is everyone hating that she's in it? Because she's in that Little Dicky and Chris Brown song, Free Friday.
Oh, is she in there?
Yeah, she's right at the end.
Oh, okay.
He's like, because they do the whole Free Friday with him and Chris Brown,
Yeah.
and at the end, like he switches like 3 different bodies, and it was like Ed Sheeran, DJ Khaled, and the last one was Kylie Jenner or Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
Dang, that's funny.
But nobody hates on Little Dicky. By the way, one of my favorite artists. And if you haven't seen his show,
Dave.
Yeah, Dave. It's really good. I thought it was funny. But Little Dicky, one of my favorite artists. He's just out there doing. So this is one thing that I heard out of Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz. Yeah, Andrew Schultz. He was talking about rappers and putting on a strong game and all this stuff. And he was talking about how, some people say Jay-Z wasn't as hardcore as a drug dealer as he was before, as he says he was, because not a lot of them actually escaped to be, who Jay-Z is. And he's met Jay-Z and he's too nice of a guy to look back. But he was talking about like how Drake is just, he doesn't try to front. Like, yeah, he has a song started from the bottom now we hear, but he really started from like the bottom of the top, and then Degrassi Junior High.
Bottom of
now he's higher. But like Little Dicky, he never fronts about who he is. He just he just raps about whatever he wants. Yeah, little dude that just want to make music. And so, and if you don't know who Little Dicky is, go Google, YouTube search, you'll find out. I think I like his music. But I also like country and stuff like that. So what do I know? But anyways.
Started from the bottom of the top.
Yeah. No, I'm not. And if we were famous and Drake, we could get Drake on this pod. I'll tell him to his face, listen, bro, you ain't never really started from the bottom. You were an actor as a teenager on Degrassi Junior High. I mean, how hard did you really have it?
That's true.
But speaking of having it hard, I wore my my Black Panther shirt. I don't know if you guys know this, but one of hip hop game's own decided he was gonna take his hometown city and turn it into a living Wakanda. Akon himself said he's going to invest like $6 billion into his hometown city and turn it into a living life, real life Wakanda. Technology, medical advancements, and everything. And I can't hate on the brother. Like,
no, but
that's
wow.
Yeah.
Well, but does he have $6 billion to invest?
I don't know if he has $6 billion. Maybe he has partners.
Investors, partners. Okay.
Yeah, but
maybe he could do it that way. Yeah.
But I know he's going to start. I know they're going to start off with a $1 billion investment in a 5,000 bed hospital, state of the art hospital in his hometown city in Africa. And so, but he wants to turn it into what looks like a real life. Oh, you know what? I think I've seen.
That sounds like an investment opportunity right there, though. Hospital in Africa with advancements. Oh wow.
Oh shit.
So this is the drawing. The concept drawing of what his city will look like.
That should look like remember the
that's gonna have to change a little bit, yeah. The concept's nice. In reality, it's gonna have to be a little different. Now that one looked good. That last one you showed was good.
Oh, let me go back to it. No problem. But if you look at some of the concepts that they had for Dubai, which is a man-made island, Dubai looked completely different as far as concept drawing, but if you look at now, it's one of the richest cities in the world.
That one I like. Yeah, that one looks good.
But more power to him. I like the idea. I like that. a lot of people are looking to invest outside. What I heard, it was coming from some kind of cryptocurrency that really took off that originated from that city or the city that he's from. So I'm trying to think of the name. I know it started with the S, like Seagal Africa or something like that. Smack that.
Smack that.
Insert Akon video here. Yeah.
Smack that.
Speaking of smacking people, have you guys seen about this lady who was high on meth and tore her own eyes out?
Oh.
No, I ain't seen that one. I don't think I even want to see that.
No.
I'll pass on that one.
Was that your neighbor, Will?
I don't know. I don't know if y'all know, but Uncle Will got a crazy neighbor.
Yes, it's definitely different, man. It's garage doors up, so I can't say too much, but yeah, it's definitely it's different. I'll put it that way. So wow.
No,
yeah.
I've seen some stuff on your neighbor. It's definitely different, but
yeah, you saw it. Yeah,
yeah. I've had crazy neighbors before, but whoo.
Everybody's different. Mine is, I just said one day, hey, you know what? God loves you, and I got called everything except a child of God after I said that. I was just being nice.
No, and for everyone out there who's listening and watching, and Uncle Will is one of the nicest, most kindest people, cares about everybody and your well-being. You may have just met him, and it takes a few good words to Uncle Will to become family, and definitely.
By that one, no.
The video, yeah, definitely the video.
Yeah.
No idea what she's talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, she need to be locked up like this year's college football season.
Ooh. Be locked up like Akon.
So we're heading into fall. I don't know. It's coming up to middle of summer, and so we're heading into fall. Right about now, we're all talking about the same thing: NFL, college football. Looking forward to the seasons. Looked like we had to cut that in half already because college football is now almost officially canceled for all
it's pretty much
conferences.
It's pretty much over. Yeah, they're almost done. There's only.
I think the SEC
is left.
The SEC is the only one that's still left.
Everybody. And the ACC
just said they're done. And the ACC, but they're going to cancel it too.
Yeah, they will because they got a bunch of Florida schools in the ACC.
And for me, the reason I say that the college football season is a wash and they're going to be done. They might play in the spring because college stadiums, you don't put 40,000 people in the seats. You can put 100,000 people in the seats.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Mo was watching Hard Knocks. It's got the Chargers and the Rams on HBO. And I was looking at the way they put the seats. They can slide seats in and out. You can do social distancing in that stadium if they want to.
Yep.
But you have to sit in your seat if you're there. You have to sit in your seat. I mean, the people you're with, if you come, just say, the 4 or 5 of us, 6 of us go to the game. We have our own this is it. This is where we sit. We can't go over there with the other guys. You can't go left, can't go right, can't go up top, go down, but stay where you are. That stadium, they can do it. Now, I don't think every stadium has seating like that because, again, this is I think the way the stadium is built, it looks so different looking at how that seating is working. That one they can do social distancing. But, again, both teams get 8 home games. But there's 32 teams, so there's 30 other teams that can't do that way. College football, I think I don't see them being able to do it. I just don't. Too many. Number one, too many young, adolescent, crazy drinkers, and I'm gonna say they're friends, and leave it at that. Yeah. We'll forget about social distancing.
Well, I mean, right off the bat, you're looking at I want to say more than half of the colleges in the U.S. are going distance learning right, to start the year.
Yeah.
And I got kids in middle school and elementary. I got a kid in kindergarten that's distance learning. Like the only thing you learn in kindergarten is how not to touch each other. Like, what is he going to do in distance learning? I don't know. And like, I'm actually interested. I might take some PTO just to sit next to him to watch his first few classes, because I have no idea what he's gonna do on distance learning other than color and, I don't know, paint by numbers, because that's what you learn in kindergarten: how to keep your hands to yourself and how to sit on your number when it's time to sit on your number. That's what you learn. And so,
well, some of us it's social stuff though, learning how to interact.
Yeah,
sure. But he interacts with his brothers, his parents, his cousins. No. This is all stuff they can learn without. I mean, for kindergarten, I mean, honestly, if they're 5 and younger, they really, if they have cousins that they can and older and younger siblings they can interact with, they're going to get all that. It's just a little bit different than them dealing with some kid they never seen before. Yeah, people they never seen before, but the concept's the same.
No, I totally get it. Like how to interact, how to be, social with other kids. That's what kindergarten is, right? And so, and maybe not for my kid because he's got 2 brothers and 100,000 cousins, but for other kids, especially and SoCal, a lot of the cities in SoCal are military towns where they might have single child homes, where they don't, they're the only siblings. Like, that sucks, because that's where they make their friends. That's where they make those connections. That's where they start to learn how to be social with other kids, how not to touch each other, how not to start fights, how to share. Those are the big moments. But no, so back to college is a lot of these places or a lot of these colleges, I want to say, well, maybe more than half, maybe about right now, 70-80% of colleges are going remote learning. So having a college football season would just bring those kids back into the school where they're trying to keep them out of right now. So I totally get it. I totally get it. As a full-grown adult who doesn't attend college, I am going to be sad not to have college football in front of my face. Not to have bowl games and I'll sound like a degenerate, a gambler here, but not to have bowl games to bet on, and not to have a season to look forward to. But I totally get it for the safety of everybody and the widespread of things.
But
go ahead, Nick.
I know college football opens up for what the NFL is looking to do, and that's have games Friday and Saturday and Sunday. If they play their season, which I think they are.
That would shorten the season for sure.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they wouldn't have the because come on, you got grown men who anywhere between 200 pounds and freaking 350, 380 running into each other.
Yeah.
They need some recovery time. They do have to have some. It's not like basketball or baseball. You got to have some recovery time. But if they could do it where they not only had games on, where right now the season, well, last year the season was Sunday, Monday, Sunday, Monday, and Thursday. So if you could have games Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday too, maybe forget Friday, but just say Saturday. It would shorten the season, but it also shortens their recovery time, which is why they wanted to drop Thursday night football too. So
honestly, I think the NFL is pushing really hard to have games.
Well, they are. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. So, like all the other sports.
But they got to understand that they're not going to make the billions or even up to the millions that they were making before, just because a lot of that was ticket sales.
Stands. Yeah, ticket sales and
ticket sales.
And all the stuff. Yeah, popcorn, all that stuff.
$8 8-ounce beers.
Parking. The parking, all that stuff is it.
Yeah.
But the big thing about NFL is the TV contracts. That's true. That's where big. Even though you might not get the revenue from the ticket sales and all the concessions, those TV contracts are huge for the owners. That brings in a pretty penny for the owners actually, and for player salaries, and everybody involved actually. The marketing aspect of it, how much TV do the American public watch when it's football season on Sundays. It's wake up, football,
Yeah.
morning, afternoon, and night, and you're nonstop. So, and they've done a great job with the whole Monday and Thursday. And if they had one more day, can you imagine? I mean, that'd be a lot of TV revenue right there. A lot more games for us too.
Yeah.
Hey, you know who's gonna win out this is DirecTV with that Sunday ticket, because I know the last few years I've been reading that their subscription has been going down because people will just watch whatever's on. But if that's the only thing to watch and you could get every game except for in-market games, who's not gonna buy that, right?
Watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm chomping at the bit just to watch NBA games on the TVs because it's the only live sports going on.
I noticed. Anybody watch the games tonight?
Yes.
Portland and Dallas.
That was a good game.
Damian Lillard.
I saw Dame go off.
God, he went off, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he just I think he missed like 3 shots the whole game, man. He was just on, man.
What sucks is
don't make him mad.
He got the 8th spot and Lakers clinched. Lakers. Oops. I can't do this.
It's behind you, man.
There you
On
go.
the shoulder, man. Yeah, there we go.
The Lakers clinched the number 1 spot, and so now they just got the 8. So we got to play them.
Well, don't forget though, they have the 8th play-in spot. Remember, they still have to. They're not. They have the play-in spot. They have to beat New Jersey. I think it's New Jersey on Thursday.
Memphis.
Is it Memphis on Thursday to clinch the 8th spot?
Yeah, and if Memphis wins, they switch.
Yeah, but don't forget they have to lose twice. Portland has to lose twice to be out.
Yeah.
Oh, is it twice?
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, they have to lose twice.
Has to win 2 in a row.
Yeah, they have to lose twice to be out. So it's going.
Trailblazers basically got it because I'm not counting Dame out of nothing. I mean,
no, me either, man. That man ball tonight. It was crazy. I'm looking at this game going, damn. I mean, he was 61 points.
But I'm also looking at some of these games, kind of like preseason, man. Like I know the Lakers clinched the number 1 spot like the 3rd game in, and they really haven't won until 2 nights ago or something like that. But I'm really just watching these. Like, it's good to watch. It's live sports, but like when you're watching preseason and you're just like by the 3rd quarter, you're doing other things and you just have it on as background. That's how kind of I view most of these games. Is like by halftime, I'm tuned out. Like it reminds
me of like the so preseason starts and they play 10 preseason games. So now they're playing preseason game 9 and 10 is kind of what it's like. So I'm like, good.
Well, I mean, those top 4 seeds in each conference pretty much had it locked up in the top 4, just depending on where they were. I think Milwaukee and LA had the number 1 seed pretty much locked up for their conferences. So a lot of the time, a lot of it was for those bottom seeds.
This is for the bottom seeds.
And a lot of the teams just needed to get back into the rhythm of playing games. What's really going to be exciting, I think, and it's going to be exciting for across the board, is that playoffs. The playoffs are going to be
once they start,
competitive, and you're going to see some really good games. Because I think that this is something that all these teams are here and they're like, we have to make the best of this situation because we're in this bubble, this is all we have to play for. They wake up every day and what else do they have to do, right? It's like play. I mean, the Lakers got a Madden tournament in their own hotel, but other than that, it's all basketball.
I didn't know that Manute Bol's son actually playing for the Nuggets. Bobo. He looks like his dad. He's not as tall, but he has something like up in here in his chest area. What?
Bobo looked like NBA 2K cheat. His arms are too long. He too tall.
He got long arms, yeah.
You guys seen that NBA 2K cheat where the dude is like super tall and he got like alien arms, so we're like half court he can dunk the ball. That's what Bobo looked like. Like he just looked, his arms is just too big, too long.
He played good last night. I mean, he did, at the end though. He just looked tired. I guess that's what it was. He just looking just like his dad.
He's a rook. He's a rook.
Hey man,
I think
I think he might
Just
be better than his dad, though.
I think he has lots of room for improvement, and he's going to be, and he's got a chip on his shoulder because what did he go, like 14th or something like that?
Yeah, he went deep. He went deep.
Oh no, he went 4th round, right, or something like that. Yeah, because like out of college, they were saying he was going to be a first round, and I think he got hurt or something, and then he went 4th round, and he's got a chip on his shoulder. So I think he's got potential to be great, to be really good.
He played really good last night.
He got a good 3 for a big man. He got a good 3.
Yeah, for a big. I just thought he was tired. He looked tired at the end of the game. When Kuzma came off that last shot, he just couldn't get there, man. He was just too slow. He just could not. He was like worn out.
But Kuzma could shoot over Jesus. That's what he said.
You're gonna regret saying that.
Oh, that's coming from a Lakers fan. So okay, I got it.
Kuzma said I could shoot over Jesus.
Why they always
I heard him say that, man. Yeah, it's like Jesus was there. I'd have took that shot. That's called confidence, man.
Hey, and sometimes that's all you need. If you got good confidence in yourself, that your game will stand out. But if you like someone like Alonzo Ball, it don't matter how much confidence you're gonna have, your game is gonna suck. But Alonzo Ball will tell me to keep that same energy next year when he shows stats. But he's been telling everyone to keep that same energy every year. Anyways, speaking of busts, one thing I wanted to show you guys. Speaking of busts, have you guys seen that you could Airbnb the last Blockbuster?
What? No.
Why?
The last.
I'm sorry. Why is the question for me?
The last.
But why would you?
The last Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon, the last one standing. You could Airbnb and sleep in the last Blockbuster. Now I don't know how many actually movies they have or how old these movies are. I haven't been to Blockbuster in years.
They got showers. They got bathrooms. I mean,
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. I think you have to, right? To be an Airbnb property, you have to have like
I guess
and a shower.
Have to be a house.
Yeah.
To be fucking
I guess you don't need to be because apparently you can Airbnb a Blockbuster. So, but yeah. So I don't. There ain't no youngins on this podcast, so Jorlie ain't here. So I know you all. Blockbuster. What's a Blockbuster? It's a Blockbuster. You talking about a number one movie in the theaters? What are you talking about? Blockbuster. So no youngins on here, so I know you guys remember waiting to go rent a movie and showing up and it not being there and all that stuff. Yep. But this is the end of an era. And one left. Now we had, back down here in SoCal, we had Warehouse.
And you had Hollywood Video.
Which was like the new up and comer. Blockbuster's been around. Blockbuster was like the premier. Like if you had money, like that's where you went. Warehouse was like the one that everybody had because it was on the corner. I think membership was free or something like that. And then Hollywood Video was like the Planet Fitness. Like, hey, we rent movies too, and we won't judge you no matter what you rent. Right. But Blockbuster was the big one. Everyone knew if you had a Blockbuster card, like you knew, even though they carried the same amount of movies and the same amount of actual VHS cassettes, and for Uncle Will betas. But
oh shit. Yeah, right, man.
Uncle Will's first Blockbuster, you had to pick the reel off of the case.
Oh, that's messed up, man. Reel to reel.
Yeah. Anyways, this is the end of an era. Like nobody goes and rents. I guess the comparable would be Redbox, right? I mean, that's what people go and rent movies from nowadays, right?
Yeah,
people still rent movies?
7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Oh, do people still rent movies?
I guess Redbox is still up and coming. I mean,
well, Redbox is going to be the next. This sucks to say. I think. Sorry, Redbox. The next Blockbuster. They're going to be around for a while. But then in the next 2 or 3 years, maybe 5 at the outside, I'm going to say 2 to 3, maybe less, they're done. When you got Hulu, you got this one, what's it called? Stir, or something like Stir. I'm like, oh shit, you can just get all this stuff for, why would I go to the store to get something I can just watch on TV? I can just stream it.
They got was it Fandango?
Yeah.
Amazon Prime had brand new theater movies coming out. Disney Plus has Mulan is gonna come out that you can rent for $30. But on that note, if I was to take my kids to go see Mulan in the theaters, it cost me way more than $30. So in my household, that's a deal.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I'm not paying for no Mulan with no Eddie Murphy in it.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
I don't even want to get on that topic because I don't know how
they took out Mushu.
They don't. Yeah, like how you gonna have a live action Mulan and not have a little tiny dragon in it?
Come on now, who's gonna do all the other shit, behind the scenes shit for you?
That's a money grab right there. And Eddie Murphy's still alive. You could get him to do the voice.
Right,
like,
exactly. You would have paid him. He would have done it.
Yeah, he would have. He's doing Netflix shows now. You could do it for cheap.
Exactly.
Eddie Murphy did Mushu, not at the height of his career, but when he was still big money, asking for big money. He taking hundreds of thousands right now. You don't even have to pay the boy millions. You missed out.
That was dumb. That was a dumb move.
And then you could have had a cricket that don't even talk.
Yeah.
Oh man. You messed up, Disney.
Bet you they're gonna have that eagle though, that little the Mongolian hawk, whatever that.
No, I think I read like that hawk turns into a person. It's like the hawk is a witch in this one. Yeah,
but they can't have a dragon.
But you can't have a Eddie Murphy dragon. Shrek turned Eddie Murphy into a donkey, and they made like 6 movies out of that.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, dude, that was cool.
Yeah. So I mean, Blockbuster, rest in peace. This is your last. I guess this is your last hurrah.
Airbnb, huh? Wow.
Yeah, Airbnb it out or what?
I think there's 4 takers, and it's super cheap. So if you live in Oregon and you want to stay in a Blockbuster, for all you hipsters out there, Blockbuster is where you used to go to get the newest movies. But don't go there on a Friday because the movies you want to see won't be there unless you get there first thing in the morning. Warehouse renting movies. That's where I got on my kung fu movie.
The warehouse
fix, bro. when they started carrying kung fu movies, that was it. I was like, and when I would return one, I'd get a new one. That was where my love for Jackie Chan came from because for some reason, Warehouse Movies was the only one that carried the entire VHS collection of Jackie Chan. So I'll watch everything from Project A to Rumble in the Bronx, just because they had it. But okay, well, we're gonna transition right into one of our favorite games. One's Gotta Go. And speaking of Jackie Chan, mid to late 90s, One's Gotta Go kind of follows into that same time frame. So we're gonna do One's Gotta Go hip hop labels, and I'm gonna name off these hip hop labels, and you guys will notice that some of these had its height in the mid to late 90s, early 2000s, just like Jackie Chan. And we going with Cash Money Records coming for the 99 and 2000. No Limit, make them say Def Jam Recording, and Loud Records. Records. Those are your 4 choices. So as always, we're gonna start with your number 1 keeper. Let me see. I'm gonna do the random wheel, and we're gonna go Uncle Will, what is your number 1 keeper?
I'm gonna have to go with Def Jam Recordings because Def Jam Recordings in the 90s, they had Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons had Def Comedy Jam. He had some of your I'm trying to think of trying to think of one of the recording artists that was on that. I want to say, I think Belle Biv DeVoe was on Def Jam Records. I think, not 100% sure, but my number one keeper is going to be Def Jam recordings, man. I have to go take a quick peek on my other phone to make sure I'm right.
All right. Well, he's taking a peek. How about you, John? What's your number one keeper?
Oh man, it's close, dude. I'm gonna go against the grain because I know everybody might say Def Jam, but I gotta pick Loud because Loud has Wu-Tang, and that's all it needs is Wu-Tang. Loud has Wu-Tang. I believe they had Big Pun, Mobb Deep too. Mobb Deep, I really love Mobb Deep, and yeah, those are like my top, some of my top peoples. I know Def Jam goes deep in the roster, but I gotta pick Loud just because of Wu-Tang.
All right. How about you, Nate?
Def Jam. Def Jam's gotta be number one. Just across the board artists that they've had. To Uncle Will's point, and they've been going strong for decades. But yeah, Def Jam.
Yeah, they had Nas, and they had all of our favorite Kanye back in the day when he first came out. He was on Def Jam.
He was on Def Jam.
Yeah, he was on Def Jam. Yeah.
Yeah, because Jay-Z had picked him up, right?
Yeah. All right. So for my number one, I'm gonna go against all y'all grains. And if I'm gonna take any record label, especially I'm gonna say between the mid and late '90s, I'm gonna have to go with No Limit, Master P. Make them say I'm gonna have to say No Limit, and not just make them say Master P, but Mystical had that shake that act, you know. He's on one, you know. But my favorite No Limit artist. And well, hold on. Snoop was also a No Limit artist at one point. He had, I think he put out 2 records under No Limit. But my favorite No Limit artist has to be Silk the Shocker. Put out a good 3-4 albums, countless hits. He did a bunch of hits with Maya, who back in the day was one of the up and coming R&B artists. And like I've been saying this whole time, who can forget the banger of Make 'Em Say, you know, had the whole group out there. It was under Master P's. He was the main artist, but the entire No Limit showed up to this track. They had a tank roll up on the Florida bubble. Yeah. The whole Florida bubble had a tank roll up on there, and they were dunking. Now I want to say the rim was only probably about 8 feet tall, but
Seven.
yeah, okay, I was 7 feet tall, but Make 'Em Say is still on my gym playlist because it gets me hyped. So I'm gonna have to go with No Limit.
Yes,
all right.
Sir.
So we getting into it now because that, you know, that's 3 out of 4 already in the keepers. So all right, John, I'm gonna go with you. Who's your number 2 keeper?
I gotta go with Def Jam, cause like they just had a deep roster, like individual like roster. Like they had the big icons, like Jay-Z was in there, Ludacris, Young Jeezy was in Def Jam. You know, a lot of people went to Def Jam like after like Pusha T, but also because I don't know if you guys remember Def Jam Vendetta, which was a fighting game. It took all the rappers. It's a fighting game with all the fucking Def Jam rappers. It had DMX fighting fucking Jay-Z or whoever. Yeah, still in there.
EA, if you are not remaking this game anytime soon, you are
understand
about to lose money.
I don't know why there's only one Def Jam Vendetta. There should have been like countless.
I'm gonna go the game before that because there was Def Jam Fight for New York, and it was a little bit more cartoony than Vendetta, but I was all over that game. I'll smash anybody.
Right.
Me and John, we gonna go head to head on Fight Night and Def Jam. I'm telling you right now. But
we need Fight Night back and then
yeah, and yeah, 2 fighting games. We don't need any more UFC fighting games. I played them all.
I know
Most of them are garbage.
Beat them all.
Yeah, if we need to remake any game, it's Fight Night. And we need to go back to Fight Night round 2 or round 3 with them haymakers.
Yeah.
Listen, EA, stop taking the haymakers out of Fight Night. That's just stupid. Nobody buys a boxing game to work on my technique. You know, I don't want to work on my jab the whole time. Anyways, all right, John, you got Def Jam. All right, Uncle Will, who is your number 2 keeper?
I'm gonna go with Cash Money because Cash Money had Busta Rhymes, Mac 10, and Busta Rhymes just because he was in Shaft. And Shaft, I know Nate. You haven't hit me up yet, but movies, and I know it's a recent version of Shaft, the one from like 2008, 2009 with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Busta, that voice, he's just got that something with his voice. You had Mac 10, you had Mystical. There's somebody else on that one too. That was good. Crap, I can't remember that. I want to say. Well, this is a new rapper on that one. I think about that. Lil Wayne, not my top 10 in rappers, but hey, he's on that label. Give me Cash Money. And also, Cash Money makes me think about New Jack City. That's when you heard about Cash Money Brothers. That's just me. I'm old school, man.
I'm just gonna have to agree with you. My number 2 is Cash Money.
Yeah.
For the same reasons. Also, you got, Cash Money. You got something else than Cash Money, huh? What you talking about, huh?
About that. Hey.
You ain't
got
scared,
Cash
huh?
Money? Huh?
Yo, Juvenile with that, huh? You on it. So I don't know if I fell into Southern hip hop early, but back in the mid 90s, I was a big Cash Money fan. Lil Wayne, when he was 16, was dropping albums. So if y'all say y'all Lil Wayne fans, and y'all don't know The Block is Hot, y'all ain't real Lil Wayne fans, because he dropped Block is Hot when he was like 15 and a half, 16. And for real, that's like his first album. He was part of the Hot Boys, huh? The Hot Boys. And so I'm gonna have to go with number 2, Cash Money also. Plus all that work that Cash Money did, even though Birdman, he a little cheapskate, and taking people's money. But Birdman, Cash Money turned into what Drake is nowadays. No. Without Cash Money, you don't got Young Money. And so I'm gonna have to stick with Cash Money.
Wait, but, Drake's on Cash Money too, isn't he?
Yes.
Or he used to be. Yeah.
He's technically on Cash Money.
Yeah. So it's just like when Jay-Z first started out with Rockefeller and Def Jam were associated. Rockefeller's first few records were released under the Def Jam label, but it was Rockefeller Records until Rockefeller took off and Jay-Z started his own record label. But that's the same thing with Cash Money. Without Cash Money, you don't have Young Money, And I don't know if y'all know, he ain't no drug dealer, but Drake is definitely one of the hottest rappers out right now. He do make those record bangers. So, those radio bangers, the ones that you guys always hear on repeat. But yeah, so I'm gonna go Cash Money. How about you, Nate? What's your number 2 keeper?
Oh man, I'll have to say Cash Money Records. Just because of like I said, it's just the artists that they have. You guys named them: Drake, Lil Wayne. God, what was that album they had? It came out with all of them. What was that album?
I might have it.
But it was. Yeah, it was with. I mean, that was. I think it was like it had the Bedrock on it. and that had all the artists on it. I think it was Nicki Minaj,
Oh,
Drake,
it was like all
Wayne.
like the compilation of like all the young.
Yeah, I think that was part of the Young Money.
Yeah.
We are Young Money, but that's kind of like to Chris's point. That's kind of without Cash Money. I don't think that they don't have the Young Money. And I mean that album right there with all those artists, Lil Wayne, Drake, Nicki Minaj. I think I stay with Cash Money.
All right. So Cash Money, we got Def Jam, No Limit, even Loud Records still in this with all of us in our picks. So I'm going to go first with my tosser. And I am sorry to the number one. I'm sorry to one of my favorite groups in hip hop, the Wu-Tang Clan. Enter the Wu, 36 Chambers. I'm sorry.
Loud Records.
DJ Paul, Exhibit was on Loud Records. I'm sorry, all of y'all, but I got to get rid of Loud Records. I can't discredit what Def Jam means to hip hop overall, right? A lot of my 1 and 2s come from mid 90s to early 2000s, but Def Jam overall, you can talk about a Def Jam artist from when I was a kid all the way up until now. Like all those artists that you guys are talking about, all the labels that spawned off of Def Jam, Rockefeller, Jay-Z, Luda, all these people started under the Def Jam label, and I can't get rid of them. So I'm sorry, Wu. I need my fight for New York. I need my vendetta back. I need them to make video games like that again. So I'm gonna have to keep Def Jam. And I'm sorry, Loud Records. I'm definitely gonna have to kick you out. But who's your tosser, Nate? Who's your tosser?
No Limit Records. Just because with Loud Records,
You getting rid of Little Romeo?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. You had some make them say, had some good stuff. But I mean, I look at some of the artists on Loud Records, Wu-Tang, 3-6 Mafia, you name, Exhibit, Mobb Deep. They had Big Pun, and it wasn't like a clear cut one, but if I look at the different rosters, I'll have to stay with Loud Records, and I'll have to kick out No Limit.
Wow, No Limit's gone, huh? Damn.
All right, John, who's your kicker?
This one's tough. This last one's tough because they're very similar in southern rap. I'm gonna have to get rid of I don't even know to get rid of, bro. Because I respect Master P's hustle. Like he kept everything. Like this was his own record company versus like if Cash Money did the same thing, but No Limit did it first. I don't think there would be a Cash Money if there was no limit. If there wasn't No Limit. So I'm gonna get rid of Cash Money. I'm gonna keep No Limit, like you said, Master P, Ice Cream Man. Make him say
About it.
Yeah, about it. Charge It to the Game. C Murder. Mystical had all the shake your ass, watch yourself. He was always warning you. He was always watching out for you. He said
Mystical always had that booty shaking.
Yeah. I remember them uncut videos of shake your ass when I was like however many years old.
On that peak.
Uncut.
On that peak.
Yeah. Yeah, Silk the Shocker, Charge It to the Game. Lil Romeo.
Little Romeo. Yeah, y'all. Nate trying to get rid of Little Romeo.
Lil Romeo.
I didn't try. I got rid of him.
Actually, I don't think I seen him on a Fox show the other day. He's not little no more. He's sitting on the couch with his dad. Grown man. I think he still had little. He's not like Bow Wow. I think he kept a little. But,
no, but I
right.
gotta respect Master P's hustle. Like that was his own. He kept all his music, all his royalties. Like he doesn't. Nobody, he doesn't owe anybody anything. That's all his.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
inspiration.
All right, Uncle Will. He's chomping at the bit to get your pick out. Who's your tosser, Uncle Will?
I gotta toss Loud Records, man. If Mobb Deep wasn't on there, I might have kept them. But Tupac said, "Hey, you know what? Ain't one of you little motherfuckers got sickle cell or some shit?"
That's cold. He's actually dead. You're cold-blooded.
Oh man.
I don't mean it, and I don't mean it disrespectful, but we're talking about. I mean, just think about it though. I mean, some of these record labels, again, if it wasn't for No Limit and Def Jam, some of these record labels would not exist. And Chris made this one hard, man. I mean, harder than some of the other ones that I'm thinking about now.
No,
This is.
Go ahead.
Oh, this wasn't you? You didn't come up with this?
No. John pointed this out when I came up with this. One's got to go. He's like, "What you want to put no Bad Boy? You want to put no
Bad Boy?
Death Row?
That would have made. But see, that would have made it easier.
That would
see,
make
and that's what you don't want to do.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah. It makes it too easy.
You put Death Row, you put Bad Boy.
Boy.
The first two are they just switching out, and it's hard. It's hard to get rid of somebody like Tupac. It's hard to get rid of somebody like Biggie. But when you really got to go out there and start weighing out artists and be like, ooh, like I love I love Wu-Tang. I love all those artists were on the label. But for me, being a guy who grew up with Tupac as there'll never be another one. There's some guys who are good, but and they're great, but they're not Tupac. So for me, exactly.
It was a thing. You know what? That was a hard one to say. I'm gonna drop that label because you got Wu-Tang Clan, you got all these other artists on there, Prodigy, you got all these other ones. But I'm like, you know what? He didn't like Mobb Deep, and I'm gonna go with that.
So I'm gonna bring it up just to bring it up. All right, I said Little Romeo's name a lot, but one of his rivals at the time was Little Bow Wow because they both had little. I think they were both around the same age. Yeah. So think about all your guys' tossers. Would you trade them out for So Def?
Fuck Little Bow Wow.
Yes.
What about Dupree? The Brat?
I'll keep Jermaine Dupri.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
I can't really think of. I can't really think of any other artists than Jermaine Dupri, The Brat, and Little Bow Wow. I think Chris Cross was on So Def for what album, but I can't.
Yeah,
I don't know. So I just had to bring it in there because Bow Wow out there taking commercial flights.
Hey, Jagged Edge.
Jagged Edge. You sometimes you forget about them R&B cats on some of these rap labels. So
true.
Oh, and our boy, my boy back in the day, back in the late 80s, early 90s, I'm gonna say Luther Campbell.
Uncle Luke?
Yeah. Uncle Luke.
Man,
he was on there too, man.
2 Live Crew CDs.
Come on, man.
2 Live Crew. No, I don't have any though. I don't have any.
2 Live Crew. That was the first time I got in trouble for listening to a parental advisory. It was a tape at the time.
95 South.
Yeah, I had 2 Live Crew on cassette tape. I got in trouble for having 2 Live Crew on cassette tape.
Hey, that was during the time when you could rent the music videos off of that one channel. Remember
the box?
Cable? Yeah, the box.
Yeah. I was telling her about the box, dude. And she didn't know You could call in and request.
Yeah, you'd have to wait a while, but
Yeah.
you call in and like, oh, okay, there you
I
go.
don't know about the box, dude.
Wow.
All right, that was another game. That was another episode of Randomville and another game of One's Gotta Go. I appreciate y'all coming out. I appreciate y'all participating. I know I try to make these hard, but I think it goes good because it really gets you thinking. So appreciate y'all participation in this. But we, unfortunately, to our citizens of Randomville, we have to wrap it up for another week. I got to get all these guys to get in bed, take care of some responsibilities. So. All right, Nate, go ahead and get sign off.
Hey everyone, same as always, stay safe and take care of one another out there. Just be a good neighbor, be a good person, and just make sure that you're adhering to whatever you're asked to do in today's world. That way we can get back to normal soon.
All right, John.
Stay safe. And that's it. Show love.
All right, Uncle Will.
Yeah, well, Nate stole my thunder, but that's okay. Listen, when I was growing up, we had a deacon in the church, Mr. Parnell Powell, and he said, "Hey, you know what? It's just nice to be nice. It's a reward all in itself. Just be nice. It ain't that hard. Trust me.
It's free.
It's free. Don't cost me nothing to be nice. It won't cost anybody out there listening to be nice."
No, it's great words. Everybody, some things that we need out there. I'm gonna end it on a different note. I'm gonna say, from the great words from the Temptations, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. And on that note, this has been another episode of Randomville. We appreciate y'all coming out. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and rate, give us some comments, give us some ratings, whether you're on YouTube or you're on any podcast platform. We appreciate y'all coming out. Once again, this has been Randomville, another week where we come to you and give you some of our great insight into what's going on in this world. All right, guys, have a good evening.
All right, man. Love you guys. Be good.